Hello and welcome to Soups and Sabers. Today we have Absolute Batman number 10 to talk about. We are still on the high of Superman. We are right before Fantastic Four. So I got my buddies here. We're ready to go. Today I have Ron. How you doing, Ron?
I'm doing good, man. You know, it's funny. This kind of happened the week of Superman 2. We're like right on the hype train, right on the edge of the movie. And we're like, let's talk about Ironheart for an hour. Like, it's just this weird, like, the best way to get hyped for Fantastic Four, I guess, is to talk about something completely unrelated. So let's do it. I'm excited.
And I have Chris Evans here. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing fantastic. We got
Oh,
Fantastic Four in a couple days. I'm excited.
And I'm doing absolutely great because we have Absolute Batman number 10 to talk about today. An action-packed issue, a Bane-filled issue, a Bruce gets down and kind of crazy issue. So let's start off with Ron and your first impressions of this issue.
I liked it a lot. I think that, they threw kind of a lot at you, but didn't really spend a time with a lot. Like, we got this crazy whatever this Isley biome is going to be off camera. Chris mentioned Swamp Thing. It's like all these weird test subjects and stuff. It was just a very cool kind of vibe and like a glimpse into what exactly the hell is going on in Arc M. It was even more chilling than we probably thought it was. And that's, a pretty high bar was set with what we thought this was going to be. I think they went above and beyond, and I thought it was really awesome. Some of the stuff Bruce does in this issue is just, oh my God, like things you've almost never seen before. It was awesome. It was very good. In terms of like theories, I don't know how much we're going to have to discuss here today. It's just going to be a lot of like, just going over all this stuff and trying to make sense of the things that we did see. So it's going to be an interesting convo, I think, today, but I did enjoy the issue a lot.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, I think this one is awesome. Freeze is really just a warm up, wasn't he? My goodness. And Chris, how did you feel about this issue?
I continue to be impressed by this book, issue by issue. It's always refreshing, I think, when you come back to it, because anytime you think a status quo thing is about to happen, it goes the complete opposite way. This is a very different Arkham than we've seen before. And I think Snyder's really leaning into his horror stuff here. There's a lot of body horror things going on, which I did not expect, like Project Clay or whatever they called it. The Clayface room where he is the room.
The room and like all those weird arms and everything coming up from the ground. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on here. So I was really impressed with it. The thing that I like the most, and I know we're going to get more into this, is the pacing of it. This issue does not let you breathe. It just keeps going, and it's nightmare fuel, which I think was neat because it puts you in the mind frame of Bruce in this issue when you're going through it. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point about not letting you breathe. I think this is something that you kind of get that deep breath like you're going underwater when you see that Abomination title card and you see the twisting and contorting Killer Croc. That is such a cool image, and I had to look at it for a second, and then you just see this like butt naked Bruce, and he's in this he's trying to get out, and he's sedated, and it's just like, what's going on here? Is he going to be experimented as? What are they going to turn Batman into? And if they're doing all this to Wayland, but and you just see him take out his teeth. Dude, this was a badass Batman. And then every time, so basically this issue is a running thing of Bruce gets out, Bane puts him back in, and then to spoil the ending, Bane says, great, he's out, now we can really break him. And you're like, ooh. So I love this issue, guys. I love the whole running plot of the medical log going, and then the medical log being so wrong.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. And I like that they keep it really simple with that too. It just serves as narration to help you understand what you're looking at and to give you the updates you need. like when it mentions he's been through surgeries and stuff, now I'm thinking, well, what does that mean for his future? What does this
Yeah.
Bruce be like after this?
Mhm.
He's got like the venom in his, I mean, we see by the end he's bald. He's got like the venom running through his veins. He looks like a mini Bane almost.
I wonder if he's gonna be more dangerous now, which is something to say because he was dangerous enough before, clearly.
Oh, and dude, we finally get the confirmation on how exactly big he is. 421 pounds? Holy, like what?
But 6'9", 6'9" is the thing that drove me. I was like, what? That is a towering Batman. Because then how big must Bane be? Well, Bane's like 750 pounds, 8'4".
8'5". Yeah.
Like, what the
Crazy.
heck is Bane? It's just
and Bruce with the ears too. I mean, the ears I think alone are probably like another foot tall. So Bruce in the suit probably stands at 8 foot tall.
oh my
yeah. Good point. Good point.
I actually love that image when you have the Batman suit on a hook and he's like going crazy. It's like almost like it's talking to him. And that is the coolest that Batman suit has looked, and it wasn't even on him. It was just the art was so masterful in this issue. I love every time you see the eyes in this issue. It was Bane, it was Bruce, it was, you were seeing the story through like the dilated pupils of fear. It was just, this was a horror movie of an issue. It really was.
Oh yeah, absolutely it was. Even like, I mean, down to even the things Bruce was doing were horror movie-esque. I mean, Chris, you mentioned with the teeth, but basically, if you haven't read it out there, what he does is he pulls his teeth out and makes sort of an improvised like brass knuckle with them, essentially, and just murders like how many doctors with it. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, he takes the feeding tube they put in him that's got his stomach acid pumping through it and essentially melts a guy's face off. Like things that I like, you have to be, I don't want to say you got to be a sick mofo to think of some of this stuff, but wow, man. Like they went for it. Like Chris said, with the body horror, like they went for it.
It was basically Wolverine with the teeth. It was like, it was a cool looking thing.
You know, we've seen him use the batarangs in his hand before too. It kind of reminded me of that. That's what it was like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was so incredibly badass. And I think the thing that I loved about this issue again was like him pretending to be sedated. Was like the like, oh, we finally broke him. He knew and then they're like, oh, he's down for the count. Then guess what I got, assholes.
Yeah.
You know what really threw me was the flaming bat shit.
I forgot about that part almost.
That was like,
yeah.
Where do you even come up with this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It like, who did they get to do that? Like, who thought of this? Like, you know what I mean? It's just so crazy.
Scott really good. Snyder, yeah. He's a master. He loves horror too, and you could really see it in this issue. There was one question I had about this, because when Bane, the third time, Bane is about to really put him back in his place, and then Killer Croc comes. How did Bruce know it was Wayland that quickly?
It's one of those things that I don't really know if they want you to question it that much. Honestly, as boring as that is, it was just, for the moment, it was like Croc busting out of the glass and making the save, and like
it was cool.
It's like they were like, all right, we're gonna do the him riding Croc because that's really badass at the expense of like, maybe don't think too hard about that one. You know,
I literally kept going back and forth trying to figure out how he knew.
I think it was set up because we have those snippets of Bruce training with him. So it was set up like that. And then Wayland comes to his rescue, essentially. Like Wayland pops out of that egg cage thing and just takes out Bane. He didn't go for Bruce. He went for Bane. I think that's how he figured it out. That's how I read it.
I have to admit, there is one thing I do have to say. the cut betweens back and forth between the past, I'm kind of starting to get over them a little bit. I don't want to be done with them completely, and I think they do a good job of, like you just said, Chris, like kind of setting stuff up that's going to happen in the current time, like in a very condensed thing where it's like, okay, this is the reference for that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It feels like they're going to it a little too much now for me personally. It's not like a make or break thing at all, but you know.
I think it's a casualty of the trope. I think Arrow, the show Arrow, really had the flashbacks built into every episode. Like it was an automatic. You were getting 3 flashbacks every episode, and they drove the story a little too conveniently. I think that is something that's just what when you do this kind of storytelling, I think that's just one of the like casualties of that. But this one, I really like how they're all like, dude, can you really beat him? Can you really beat him? And Bruce is like, I'm not going to tell him he can't beat him. I love that a lot. And knowing that we're setting up Catwoman and just having Selena in there at all in the flashbacks, I think it's important to just keep laying the seeds a little bit with Selena because we haven't even talked about her recently, and she's part of that group. So I think that's probably the greater purpose of that.
I don't have a problem with myself.
I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on the Catwoman helmet that we got. We got that cover. That I'll pop the picture up on the screen when we edit this, but like it's got like Mysterio vibes to it almost.
I don't like it.
I'm not big on it either. I think it's going to take some time to grow on me, but my initial thought is like, I don't know.
I think it's really cool. It's something different. I like the Mysterio helmet, Black Mask look. I wonder if it works like Black Mask helmet or the ones that he was giving out where it has like I don't want to say Iron Man vision, but you guys know.
Yeah. I think that it definitely will. It'll have like cat burglary tech,
some kind of function, into it. Because like when you watch The Dark Knight Rises, Selena's goggles had function and it helped her do her thing. So I'm wondering if that's like a play on that. But either way, I think it's cool looking. I think the suit is still Catwoman. Like from the neck down, it's Catwoman that we know. It's just a black cat suit. She's got a whip, but it's Catwoman. But
hey,
I like
her AI little sidekick will be Kitty.
That might be a thing, you know. Yeah, I like the suit. I like how it's a mix of what we're familiar with as far as leather cat suit, and then you got the new thing, which is the helmet. It fits with the whole absolute concept. It's like we know it with some kind of twist, unless you're like the Joker who sits in a throne of fetuses. We don't know
yet. And that was weird. Fetus. That was like a lot of that was reminiscent of like the Clayface room and stuff that we saw. Like that was kind of the imagery I was getting from it. I wonder if there's like any kind of connection there. I wonder if it's where like Joker is like maybe just using a little bit of like every single test subject there. And like, just, I don't know. I guess we have to know what's going on with Joker first in terms of like what his ailment is to find out. But it like, I don't know. Maybe he's almost like his own test subject weirdly in a way where he's got all these things locked up in Arkham and he's like injecting himself with all of these, viruses and what have you, all these things, which has been a central theme that we've talked about in a few episodes now about the whole thing of viruses and sicknesses and illnesses. Maybe he's just being like, he's just like figuring out something to fix whatever the hell's going on with him. So he's just like an amalgamation of all this stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, I do have an apology to make to Bruce because I keep saying I never really liked the absolute Batman design. As the one thing I didn't love about this whole thing. When he gets in the suit and he's carrying the axe behind the smoke, I'm like, I'm bought in. That axe, the bat axe, so freaking cool. I love the bat axe. I've come around. The suit won me over. The aesthetic won me over. This issue is what finally did it. What finally put it in. Okay, this is a really cool take on Batman. I love everything they had been doing story wise, but this aesthetically was like, I'm sold.
I love the axe too, but I feel like there's not a lot of times where he's gonna be able to use it because it is a deadly axe. You know, like he's not just gonna be swinging it for fun. He's gonna be swinging.
I don't know about this Batman.
Well, after he's making shit bombs, I don't know. We'll see.
And he's
He's
also
killing people with he's hurting people with his stomach acid. I have a hard time imagining this Batman gives an F.
He's pretty unique.
and what are axes good for? Chopping down trees, and he's apparently in the middle of a whole flesh forest full of trees now.
Yeah, what did we think
known
about
as
this whole? Yeah, what did we think about the Isley genome? What did we think about that?
Dude, I thought it was really, really cool. I just, again, not to sound redundant, but the central theme of these experiments that are going on in Arkham is body horror 100%. It is like, it invokes like The Thing, like all kinds of those classic movies, dude. And it's just like, we saw that weird. So is like, are we assuming that weird like entity thing that we saw is that the poison ivy of this absolute universe? It looked almost
so. No,
more
I don't
like
think so.
No, because she's a doctor there, so she wouldn't be
right.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
This is her controlled environment.
This is her. Yes.
Like
okay.
Kirk Langstrom's thing with all those creatures.
Yeah.
Hers are the plant things.
Right. Yes.
Right.
And I love how the creatures are going, help us, and Bruce is like, I don't know how.
It's like kill me type shit, like crazy.
But then
like,
Bane kills him anyway.
Yeah.
I felt the same way after this issue that I feel after a really good Stranger Things episode. That's the best compliment I can give it. It is my kind of horror. It is not like quite on the nose. It's not quite bloody just to be bloody, but it is downright horrifying. Like it is twisted. There's a mood about it. And it like there's when they're in the tree, like the red trees and stuff, and like it goes, "Let us out." Dude, what the fuck is that thing?
I guarantee you that Scott Snyder watched Human Centipede before writing this issue. Guarantee it.
No, we're gonna have to ask him that on Twitter. We have to ask him. Have you watched?
Yeah.
Friends and I really want to know. Have you seen it? At first, when I was like, okay, this is a Swamp Thing. So Swamp Thing is part of this experiment. Is this how we get absolute Swamp Thing? And then I was like, well, what the hell is this thing anyway? What is going on?
Like, I need to see a whole arc just about like this. Like, I need this weird flesh forest to like take over Gotham. Like, that needs to be a thing.
Yeah.
Flesh forest.
It reminds me of Arkham.
Sounds like something else, to be honest with you.
It reminds me of Arkham Asylum when the vines start showing up in all the buildings and Isley is like
she's
like ready to go crazy. Dude, I want something like that. Although maybe Bruce can have an easier boss fight than that, because that boss fight still haunts me.
I was also the big pedals that come up and they shoot the things at you, and you got to keep doing.
I don't want to admit how many times I died doing that thing.
I kept thinking of the comic Arkham Asylum when Bruce is trapped in Arkham and
that's a good pull too.
He's confronting everybody and he's trapped. He's in their world. That's kind of what this made me think of, especially with Bane being the warden to him, essentially.
Yeah.
Actually, that Arkham Asylum thing has one of my favorite Harvey Dent moments, where instead of the coin, they give him the 6-sided die, and he can't make a decision. That is still one of my favorite like Two-Face looks. But
we also get to see Harvey doing what Harvey does in this book, which was cool.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time this is the first time we've seen any of the Crime Alley kids do what they actually do.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Or second, because we saw Eddie doing Riddler shit. So.
Yeah, but yeah,
kind of
in the sense of like just doing smart shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he builds robots and stuff. Yeah.
So I'm interested in the relationship between Dr. Arkham, who we see at the end of this, who is narrating this thing, and the Prime, which she calls Bane. She calls Bane the Prime, and Bruce is Subject 27. I'm interested in the relationship between Bane and Dr. Arkham. So what do you guys think?
Evans, why don't you kick this one off?
I'm curious how this all came about because I think we've talked about this before. We don't understand the hierarchy that's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So, is Bane like the first test experiment that just went really well? Is Bane just the one that they liked the most? Was he a friend somehow? How does this all fit together? And then when they're doing Dr. Arkham, which is cool. I don't think we've seen a female Dr. Arkham. I don't think we've seen a young Dr. Arkham. So these are two firsts that I'm very curious about. Are the Arkham still a family of Gotham? Or is this just the first one? It raises a lot of questions that I cannot wait to get the answers to. And I think that's one of the strongest things about this issue because it does tell a complete story from start to end. This is Bruce's time in Arkham. But what it also does is it tees up so many little things that we don't need the answer to right away. I'm good waiting 6 months or whatever Scott Snyder wants to do. But it's just
very fair.
Cool the way it does two things parallel so well.
Dude,
including that.
They set up like I said in the beginning, they just threw so much out there. Like they planted seeds for like 6 months of comic book telling if you wanted to, just with the stuff that they did in this issue. Again, the Dr. Arkham thing leads me to believe, again, kind of what the theory I was mentioning before, like maybe she's the one sort of heading the process of Joker's like I don't even know what you'd call it, rejuvenation, but no, like whatever this thing is where he's just injecting himself with all this stuff, trying to find something that works,
Baby
or
blood.
maybe something that makes him, better than, makes him like a metahuman type thing. Although it looks kind of like he is one already.
Yeah, it does.
Like, yeah. It's just it's interesting. I don't know if it's like an exchange of like she helps him and he funds her, or like what's going on there.
That could be
something like that. But there's got to be a reason that this researcher, this doctor, is like so important that Bane is taking orders from her. You know what I mean? Like, it's just she's got to be pretty damn important outside of just like, oh, she's from the Arkham family.
I wonder if her name is Elizabeth Arkham.
Maybe
that would be interesting because Elizabeth Arkham Asylum is what it is originally called, I believe.
I'm also kind of wondering why the tie to Gotham before we move on from this one, because I think they've stated this is the biggest Arkham site.
Yeah.
So I wonder what's the tie to Gotham here? Why is it in Gotham? And not just for plot's sake, but is there something else we haven't discovered yet?
Yeah. Like it can't just be as simple as like, oh, Gotham was the most was like just the best place to do it from a logistics. Yeah.
I think we talked about this already, but I'd like to think maybe there's a Lazarus Pit connection to this all. I think we've mentioned this I think you early in the coverage of this Absolute Batman, Chris, had the theory that Joker might be a Ra's al Ghul. Now, we haven't really gone down that road, but I wonder if there is a League of Shadows, Lazarus Pit kind of thing connecting to this.
Are you guys reading Absolute Superman?
I should be.
Okay. Absolute Superman destroyed my theory. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Very, very well. I read the first two issues and I have to keep going. But
not a real fan.
The real thing is I like to wait for it for Infinite, and it takes so long for Infinite that it's like I forget about it because I don't want to pay for it because I'm already paying for this you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's really DC, how much of my money do you want?
All of it.
And they do. Actually, no, they don't want all of it because if they take all of it, I can't even podcast about this stuff. But actually, they don't care. They want all of it. Never mind.
Yeah, they want all of it. You think David Zaslav gives a fuck if we could podcast? Come on.
Oh, this is his favorite show. Didn't you hear? But
he should read my Twitter then.
Yeah.
And we're canceled. All right. So, what was your favorite part of this, or a favorite image from this issue?
I don't want to take the obvious one. You know what? I'm going to say my favorite one was just that shot of Bruce hopping on Croc's back and the shadowed shot of them like leaping through the air while Dr. Arkham and Bane are watching them like on the monitors or whatever. That was really sick.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of like, oh fuck moments in this comic. That was the only one to me that was like, oh fuck, like nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't a cringe one. It was like not a
exactly.
One,
yeah, it wasn't. Oh fuck! It was. Oh fuck! Yeah.
I've already kind of talked about my favorite image, but my favorite image is the Batsuit hanging on the hook.
Oh.
That is just a haunting image, and
Very much.
It's like Bruce is going crazy at this point. Like Bruce has been faking like being sedate, and he's been through so much at this point. He's literally losing it. And that was such an awesome moment because you're like, how much is in there for Bruce and how much, and then when it's almost like he restores himself by putting on the costume.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That is kind of what happened. He put the suit back on and he's, I am Batman, I am the Knight, or however the line goes. I should know it, but I don't. Something about vengeance. Lightning strikes.
I am the Knight. I am Batman.
That's basically what happens in his cell. So
no, I don't think that's it, Chris. I think it's something different.
I am the Knight, I am vengeance, I am Batman.
No, I'm kidding. I'm breaking
yeah. I'll say that image is awesome. Chris, what was your favorite image?
Yeah, I was trying to think about it. I don't think I have one because I like to me, every page was something cool. Oddly enough, I think one of my favorite pages though is post-surgery when he's bald and you can see his back and his head is turned looking at the suit.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that just kind of struck a chord with me. That was really cool. I love the moment you mentioned, Ron, with him on Croc. I would say on the crocodile, but it's Croc. It's very Game of Thrones-esque. Big Game of Thrones fans like that's
with
cool.
The dragons. Yeah,
he's got his own Draconis going on here. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
That was neat. The Clayface thing though. That's a moment. So
that was the one that I didn't want to. I thought that was like the obvious, but like that was that was just so cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't like holding a coffee cup because I would have dropped it like the end of Usual Suspects out like it was a moment. It was definitely a moment. I agree with that.
Hell yeah.
This is a pretty issue though. Especially those pages where it's like Bruce. It's kind of comical in a way too. The Bruce running pages.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny to look at, but it's all good stuff.
Even the cover is really cool, man. I know we've talked about the Bane design a lot, but like the different colored veins running through them and everything, it's just very visually.
Blood in his tube at the end.
Yeah.
I think it's blood or something. I don't know. I was kind of waiting for Batman to use the axe to cut the tube on top of his head, but I think it was Snyder who did say Bane is sticking around for a few more issues.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Maybe eventually that may end up being the case. You know,
if it is, I wouldn't be wrong. I wouldn't be upset about being right. So
yeah,
because that'd be a great visual.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, well, he's just like spewing liquid, and they would just make it as gross and horrifying as possible. So
I would accept nothing less.
Yeah, it really seems like they're saying, okay, how far are they going to let me take this? No limits? Okay, I'll do this. I think this is, I have a feeling that I would bet. I know I am. I give this issue an A+. It sets up a lot. It's a real quick read and it's visceral. And that to me is a good issue of comics.
Yeah. Onward and upward. Issue 11 coming soon.
Yeah, let's go. Any last thoughts about this issue, gentlemen?
I have two.
Lay it on me, brother.
One is a quick thing. I like that he's Subject 27, Detective Comics 27.
Ooh, I didn't think about that, but
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Great nod. Second thing, he was helping Selena Robs do heists and things.
Yeah.
That kind of slipped under the radar. I've not seen anyone mention that. That's a cool thing. It helps fund his activities, so I like that.
That's a damn it, Chris. I forgot to mention that. It was one of the things that I thought to say, but I totally slipped my mind. You're right. This is a much more morally gray Bruce, at least in his past, than we're used to.
Yeah.
This wasn't young kid Bruce. He was still an adult when this was happening.
Mid-20s.
Yeah.
I think he's mid-20s now, so probably, yeah.
Early 20s, like
college age Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stealing some shit.
The damn degenerate Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's kind of more like screw it, rich people have enough, I can take this. And that's very interesting. Like, you're going to subvert the Bruce Wayne character. That's a good way to do it.
It's like that scene in Begins when he's globetrotting. And it's like, you're stealing. And he looks at the box, Wayne Enterprises. I'm not a thief.
Yeah.
It's grateful. Well, guys, I think that about does it. I had a lot of fun talking about this. I do want to mention, guys, that we are right as the time of recording this, right on the precipice of Fantastic Four First Steps. And me and Ron, at least me and Ron, will be doing our out of the theater coverage. So stay tuned for that. That'll be up late Thursday or early Friday, depending on the motivation of some editors. And I really look forward to that. I'm hearing great things about the movie, and we've had such a fun ride reviewing Superman. So check out all that content. We're probably going to have more Superman content because you think I'm shutting up about this movie? Come on. Stay tuned to Supes and Sabers. Follow us at Supes and Sabers at pretty much every social media platform. And guys, keep reading Absolute Batman. Absolutely.